8 months after the case had ended. So we was into the case for about a year, and so about a year and 8 months, he went to looking like just horrible, man. I mean, it destroyed his life.
What a tragedy.
And he went from working a construction job that he very well liked to working to being on disability.
Yeah.
I mean, because he couldn't, and he didn't go on disability because he wanted to.
Of course.
He went from a walker to a cane, and he's still on a cane today because they told him he'd never be walking without a cane again.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are so happy you are here. Thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, we hope you enjoy this as much as we do. What do you got for us this week, Lynn?
Well, Vinny, I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I like recapping these stories and bringing them back to the frontal cortex.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, man, I enjoy it too. That's why I'm still doing it, and I always learn something when on these episodes. So it's educational for me. So I'm really having a good time. We hope you guys are having as much fun as we are.
Yeah, well, I hope they are too. And well, Vinny, this week you're going to learn something because you asked a question last week.
Okay.
And I promised you I'd answer it this week, and now I'm going to answer it.
Okay.
You asked last week. We talked about insurance paying off and state minimum $25,000. You said, "Well, does anybody ever recover more than the insurance?"
Right.
The answer to that question is yes. Sometimes they do.
Yeah. Well, that's good news.
Well, here's a story of. It's not good news, Vinny. It's really not. Because
not for the insurance companies.
Well, no, not for the individual who collects it.
Oh, is that right?
Here's the story.
Okay.
I got a call from an attorney, and they said, "I got a case for you. I need you to go down to Grady Hospital," and that's never a good story. That starts out bad. So I go down to.
For those of you that don't know, Grady Hospital is a hospital here in Atlanta that is taxpayer funded.
But not only is it taxpayer funded, but it's the number 2 trauma hospital in the country, in the United States. It's the number 2 trauma. And so if you have trauma, that's where you want to go because they can save your life.
Oh, okay, great.
Because they see more trauma victims. The only other hospital that sees more trauma victims than Grady is a hospital in Los Angeles, and I'm not sure the name of that hospital, but it is a hospital in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So, I mean, that's bad for the citizens of Atlanta because that means there's a lot of shootings and a lot of stabbings, and I mean that Atlanta's a pretty violent place, but the doctors there get a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Vinny.
I said, well, so you said, so they know what they're doing.
So they know what they're doing, exactly. So I go down there, and it's a motorcycle accident.
Ooh.
So I go in, and I talk to this young man, and he's like 24 years old. And he's you could tell that he's just a specimen with health. You could tell he's either working out all the time or he works at a job that's very physical. Because he's laying there in the hospital bed, and he's covered up to about his chest here, and his arms are just well defined. His chest is just well defined. So,
in other words, the opposite of me.
Yeah, and me. And so but the rest of him is mangled. His hips is mangled. His legs is mangled.
Oh man,
he's just torn all to pieces. I mean, he's just torn all to pieces. Yeah. So what happens is he's riding his motorcycle at about 45, 50 mile an hour down a straight road. There's an interstate, and then there's the overpass, and he's on the overpass. And this 16, 17-year-old girl comes off the interstate, and he's coming in straight. It's as straight as it can be for, I mean, a half a mile in each direction. And she comes off of the interstate and decides that she's not even going to stop or look or anything. It's just not important to her. And she pulls right out in front of this motorcycle, and he hits her broadside in the car. Bam. It breaks his pelvis in 2 or 3 places. They had to wire him back together,
Ugh.
and they had $100,000 worth of insurance. They had 100, 300. That's all they had.
The
The
16-year-old girl.
The 16-year-old girl, her daddy had $100,000, $300,000 worth of insurance on the car. That's all they had.
Mm-hmm.
But the attorney said, do some investigations, find out what you can find. We need to know if there's anything there. So I started doing background search on her daddy and found out that her daddy's pretty wealthy. And he's got a little bit of money in the bank. Got a little bit of property down there where they live. They live down in West Georgia. And not far from West Georgia College.
Okay.
And they're pretty well known in that area. So the attorney says, well, we're not settling for $100,000 worth of insurance. The man's got, $4 or $5 million in medical bills. And the hospital wants to be paid.
Yeah.
And so he sues. He files a lawsuit. And, we start trying to find all of the property, the assets that daddy has, and all the bank accounts. So we said, we'll settle this case for $1 million plus the insurance, $1.1 million.
Yeah.
And, well, daddy didn't have quite $1 million in cash. So we settled for $750,000. So we settle the insurance. And what happens when you do that is you have to settle with the insurance and you have to sign a release from the insurance, but you sign a partial release. You do not sign a full release. So basically you sign just releasing the insurance company.
Right.
So you
can't come after them again.
So you can't come after the insurance. You can't come after the insurance company, but you can go after the person.
Right.
So basically, in this particular case, what happened is the insurance company did not settle. They did not release their funds until daddy released the $750,000. And then our client signed a release saying that he would release daddy and the insurance company of any further liability.
Right.
So he released everybody at one time with the full settlement of $850,000.
So did the daddy have to pay, or did the insurance company pay?
The insurance company paid $100,000 and daddy paid $750,000 out of his bank account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we sued, saying that we're not taking just $100,000. We want daddy to come out of his pocket.
Right.
And so we went after daddy's assets. Is what we done.
Yeah. And then, and he didn't want that, so he settled.
So he settled, because if we would have went after, because daddy had more assets, but we took all of daddy's cash.
Right.
We took everything. We took all of daddy's cash that he had in the bank, but daddy had other assets. Daddy had land. He had cars. He had some farming equipment because it was down in West Georgia. He had farming equipment, and he had other assets that equaled up to almost $500,000.
Really? Wow.
We could have took. So our client said, no, let's not go to court and take let's take what he's offering. Let's not go to court because we may not get that in court.
Yeah.
And our attorney that we was working with said, that's the best we can do, because if we go to court, a jury may say your case is not worth that, which is unlikely. His injuries were horrible. He had, I think, $4.5 million in medical bills.
Was he able to walk?
Vinnie, I went and seen the man about 10 months later.
Yeah.
And he was on a walker.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. And his muscles had atrophied, and he was just, he looked, he went from being just this young, healthy, strapping man. And he went from looking like a 24-year-old kid to looking like a 65-year-old shriveled up man. I mean, in probably 8 months after the case had ended. So we was into the case for about a year, and so about a year and 8 months, he went to looking like just horrible, man. I mean, it destroyed his life.
What a tragedy.
And he went from working a construction job that he very well liked to working to being on disability.
Yeah.
I mean, because he couldn't, and he didn't go on disability because he wanted to.
Of course.
He went from a walker to a cane, and he's still on a cane today because they told him he'd never be walking without a cane again.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he was probably about 3 or 4 years after the accident. I went and visited with him. He was very smart with his money. He built a house down in West Georgia. He built a house, a small house, not very big, like 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, not like it's like 1,800 square feet. Because I went and visited him at his house. And what happened was he was at a post office, and he was walking out of the post office, going to his car, and a car jumped the curb and hit his car in the front. And the car shot backward and hit him, and he was on his cane, and it knocked him for a loop, and he was going to sue those people for the injuries he got, although those injuries were mild compared to the injuries he had received previously. But what had happened is that if it would have been me or you, it would have just knocked us over.
Yeah.
But since he was in such a fragile state from the previous accident, it done a lot of damage to him.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding, LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding, LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
Because he was just, I mean, when he walked, then he was just, it was heartbreaking. It's just hard to explain to you what fragile shape that he was in.
No, I get it. What a tragedy, man.
Yeah, he went from.
You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is? Because I've tried. I've said, you know what, man? I'm gonna dedicate myself to exercise and lifting weights, and I'm gonna get that body, and that is hard to do.
Yeah,
and then to be there like he was, and then get into this accident, and then that's tragic.
Yeah. Tragic. Well, the accident didn't only keep him.
I'm sorry. By the way, I never succeeded at getting there. I said, like, this is too hard. I'm going to go back to being average.
Well, not only did it,
or I'm going to stay average. I achieved averageness.
Yeah. Well, not only did the accident prevent him from exercising, the accident done just so much damage to him.
Well, psychologically, physically,
exactly. Yeah. He just could never recover.
Yeah. Sure depression. I mean, he's probably still paying those hospital bills.
And pain. He never could get out of pain. Well, actually what happened with the medical bills is we negotiated the medical bills down and paid him off for a full release.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so he never had the medical bills. So
that's good.
So we negotiated them down to like a 200,000, and took 200,000 of his settlement, paid him off, and Grady said, "Okay, that's a full release. You owe nothing else."
That's great. Well, yeah. That's at least some silver lining. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 4.5, almost 5 million went away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a beautiful thing there. But I mean, but he's got medical bills the rest of his life. That'll be
treatment.
That'll be on taxpayers' backs because he's on disability now.
Yeah.
because, but I mean, he deserves it.
Well, yeah.
But actually, taxpayers shouldn't be paying it. That family should be paying it.
Yes.
Because that 17-year-old girl, 16, 17-year-old girl was more interested in her cell phone
Yeah.
than paying attention to the road.
I was going to ask that. I was going to say, was she texting?
I'm pretty sure that it was a texting situation.
Because every time I go by an accident now, I mean, this looks like a texting accident.
Yeah.
Somebody is, Yeah.
Vinnie, you'd be surprised at how many accidents that I work a day or a week or a month that texting is involved.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's just an amazing. I mean, but texting is not the number one issue for the number one cause of accidents. I mean, there's a million reasons. The radio, people looking at the radio, people dropping something in the floorboard, eating. A big cause of accidents is women putting on makeup.
Also, women walking down the street in Daisy Dukes. That causes a lot of accidents too.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. There's it's just people, truckers falling asleep causes a lot of accidents.
Oh gosh, what a nightmare.
Yep. Yeah. It causes a lot of accidents. Even though they try to regulate that out, they still ignore it, and it causes a lot of accidents. And but texting is a huge cause of a lot of accidents. There's a lot of accidents because of texting and driving.
I used to date a girl whose father was a truck driver, and it's these truck drivers, they get paid different ways, but one of the ways they get paid is by the trip. And if the trip is supposed to be 3 days and they make it a day and a half, they get bonuses or something like that. They get more money.
Mm-hmm.
That, of course, a day and a half and 3 days, that's a bad example. Like, let's say it's a 5-day trip. So this guy was trying to make the most money he can. So he told us, he said, hey, because me and this girl were living together, he said, if anybody calls asking about whether I spent the night there last night, you got to tell them I did.
Yeah.
Because this guy wasn't pulling over and sleeping. This guy was trying to make the extra money.
Yeah.
So we had to lie for him, which I never took that phone call, thank God. Oh, yeah, no, he was here last night. But just that, the idea that this guy's not sleeping, not pulling over, trying to make that extra money, and these guys, you're telling me, cause these accidents, that's...
How did he stay awake?
I have no idea.
I knew this trucker. And he stayed awake with crystal meth.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he stayed awake.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He was up for 8 days.
Yeah. And he over the road just a horrible situation, just horrible situation.
Yeah.
I hope he's not still out there driving. I hope he lost his license.
Yeah. You don't want somebody driving on crystal meth.
No. But they do it. I mean, that's one of the ways they stay awake.
Yeah.
He told me. Actually, he didn't tell me. I didn't know him very well at all. Yeah. Matter of fact, I didn't know him at all. I just talked to him a couple times. But the girl he was dating, he told her that probably 60% of the truckers use crystal meth to stay awake. That's a huge number.
Wow.
I don't know that that's true. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
But that's what he told her. Maybe 60% of the truckers he knew, maybe his circle.
Yeah. 60% of the truckers he knew. Right. Yeah. Did you ever ride a motorcycle?
Yeah, I rode a motorcycle.
You rode a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted one. Always. My whole life. I wanted one.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike.
Well, I was just going to tell you the reason I never, ever, ever was allowed to have one. I mean, I can probably get one. Well, no, because Alexia doesn't want me to have one. But my dad had one when he was 16, 17 years old. He's driving it in the rain and wound up laying it down. Wound up spinning out and laying it down. Got into an accident. Got hurt pretty bad, and he forbid my brother and I. And we were like, Dad, please, we want a motorcycle, please, please. No. Yeah, and that's why. But I've always wanted one. Always wanted to try, but never got one.
But Vinnie, when I was about probably 14 years old,
yeah,
I laid one down with my brother on the back, and we went under the front end of a car.
Oh shit!
Didn't get hurt that bad. I lost all my skin from my chin to the top of my feet. I didn't have a shirt on. I had a pair of shorts on, and the only place that I had skin, I had road rash from my chin, and then I had my shorts on. I didn't have road rash there. And then before I had my shoes on, that's where the road rash stopped. Burnt like hell for 2 weeks.
I bet it did.
And I slid. I didn't slide straight. I slid at an angle because you could see the road rash going this way.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And
you still have scars there?
I did for probably 20, 25 years, and then they finally faded away.
Yeah.
And then probably a year and a half later, a guy was high on crystal meth. And remember those Ford trucks that had the big mirror, the rectangular mirrors on them, the old Ford trucks?
Yeah.
He come around a curb on my side of the road, and hit me on my motorcycle, and the clutch came down on my hand and cut my finger off, cut my ring finger completely off.
Oh my God.
And cut this finger here, cut my middle finger really bad. And see, this finger here doesn't bend.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
See, it goes at an angle.
Yeah.
Cut that finger completely off. I picked that finger up.
Oh no.
And took it to the doctor. And the guy who hit me, he was completely on my side of the road.
Yeah.
And the guy who hit me, he wanted to fight. And my cousin who was riding with me told him he'd kill him right there on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He said, "Can't you see what you've done? Back off, punk."
Yeah.
And I picked my finger up. My cousin picked my motorcycle up, started it. I got on it and put my hand and my finger and under my leg on my seat and kicked my motorcycle in gear and rode it home.
Oh, so wait a second. So you and your cousin laid a bike down. You got road rash all over your body.
No, this is a different accident.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm asking you. So
now, the first one was me and my brother.
Oh, okay. You laid the bike down. You went under the front of a car. You got road rash all over your body. And then you went back on the bike?
Different bike, but that was a year and a half later.
You're nuts, man.
Yeah. Now, after that second accident,
oh God,
I've only rode a bike And on that second accident, I tore my left knee completely out. I had 2 surgeries.
Oh my God.
The first surgery was at one hospital, and then they took me to a second hospital where they had a hand specialist that put my finger back on, and I was in that surgery for hours. And then that doctor's
How's it work?
hit the finger hit the second joint bends, but the first joint doesn't bend. So when I close my hand, it just,
I see. Yeah.
And Dr. McMinn at Oak Ridge Medical Center in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, put my finger back on.
Oh, nice.
I was probably 15 years old, and I still remember his name, Dr. McMinn at Oak Ridge Medical Center.
Well, you got to remember the guy's name who puts your finger back on.
Yeah. Yeah, and
back on the bike. Holy cow!
And I haven't rode. I probably rode a motorcycle. I've not rode. I got on a motorcycle one time on the street, and rode it probably 3 or 4 blocks. Turned around and came back, and I said, "Nope, I like this too much. I like the speed. I'm going to kill myself," and I got off.
Yeah.
And then a few years ago, my son bought a motorcycle, and I rode it around the parking lot a couple times and got off of it, and that's it. I haven't rode one since. I like speed too much, Vinny.
Yeah.
But speed never was really what caused me to have an accident. The first accident, when I came around a curb, I was too far into the yellow line, and when I leaned it over to come off the yellow line, it had dual exhaust on it, and when I leaned it too far, and the exhaust caught the pavement, and it shot out from under me like ice, man. And when it came out from under me, I mean, we went under the front of that car.
Yeah.
And the bike went faster than we did, so the bike went under the car. It went under the car and came out at an angle. And when it came out from under the car, me and my brother went under the car.
Oh my God!
And my brother didn't get hurt because he rode my back.
Yeah, so, you got more road rash because it was weighing you down. Yeah, holy cow!
Yeah, they would wet towels and lay on me because cold towels because it burnt.
Yeah,
and I'd wake up and the cold towels would be just stuck to me.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And then I'd have to go lay in a bathtub of cold water to get the cold towels off of me.
Ugh, what a nightmare! And then he gets back on a bike.
And then about a year and a half later,
gets his finger cut off.
I get my finger cut off and my knee tore up. And both of those were before I was a freshman in high school.
Really?
Yeah. My finger, as I was going into my freshman year, my finger was still healing.
Wow.
Yeah. Vinny, I grew up rough, buddy. I was a rough kid. I was rough. I cut a toe off.
You cut a toe off?
Yeah, not on a motorcycle, but they put it back on. I mean, it wasn't completely cut off. It was dangling. And
how did that happen?
I was barefooted on a creek bank. And as I was coming up the creek bank, is muddy, and my foot slipped. And there was you remember those old pop bottles?
Yeah.
Soda bottles, glass bottles? Well, the glass neck was sticking up, and it was fragmented. And it was sticking up, and when my foot slipped, it slipped over a big old fragment and just sliced it. I mean, just and my toe was just going.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in the ER growing up.
Spent a lot of time in the yard growing up. Yeah.
I was a tough kid, buddy.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you get your toe cut off, your finger cut off.
And my toe wasn't cut off. It was just mangled. My finger was cut completely off. My finger was completely detached from my hand.
Yeah. Listen, buddy, if your toe was hanging on just by the skin, that's cut off. I don't care.
Well, the bone was still,
intact.
Attached.
The bone was intact.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was gashed open.
I mean, it was
almost cut off.
It was nasty. It took them a while at the ER. It took them a while to reassemble. Yeah,
dude, if you were walking in a creek and you got that injury in a creek, you're lucky you didn't get like any kind of amoeba or some kind of viral infection. You're lucky.
Yeah. Well, I was coming up the creek bank. I was out of the creek at that time. I was coming up the creek bank.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, well, I grew up in that creek. I had, that creek didn't have anything that I didn't have.
Yeah, right.
I was barefooted in that creek daily.
Yeah.
You know how many leeches I pulled off of me coming out of that creek?
Yeah. Okay.
I'd come out of the creek and sit down and look at my feet and go, damn it.
Yeah. Pull cliff leeches up your feet.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up a rough kid, man. Rough.
Yeah.
I was
I want to take it.
I was following my grandfather one day. He was mowing the yard and I was walking behind him barefooted, and he ran over a soda bottle and I stepped on it and cut my foot. I mean, cut it to the bone, man, from the heel of my foot, from halfway down my foot all the way back around the heel. And they said, well, you have to stay in the house. I said, it's summertime.
Yeah.
I can't stay in the house.
Right.
So I laid in the house for 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks or something. And everybody was out in the yard doing their thing, working in the garden. And my brother was playing. And I'm laying in the house and I'm lonely. And I'm thinking, oh, man, I'm going to go see what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
I go hobbling out and I keep looking to make sure that everything was fine. And I couldn't find anybody. And I keep hobbling a little faster. And I break it open, bleeding everywhere.
Oh shit!
So I spent the whole summer in the house because I couldn't stop.
Yeah. How old were you at this point?
I probably 8 or 10 years old.
8 or 10. Holy cow! Well, yeah. Try to keep an 8 or 10-year-old in the house at summertime.
Yeah. Vinnie, I was just rough. I was just a rough kid, man. I had so many cuts and. You wouldn't believe it. You just couldn't believe how rough a kid. I mean, I grew up in the country. I was a country boy, you know. We just did country things, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Fell out of trees, fell off the side of bluffs, you know.
Yeah.
You know, just the things kids do.
Yeah. Well, hey man, all of that gave you the constitution for doing what you do now.
Gave me the ability to be numb on half my body.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Which is also helpful.
Well, I mean, my left hand is half my left hand is numb. I mean, it's just I don't know what I've done to it now, but whatever I've done, half of it's numb. You know, this hand where that I cut my finger off, it has more feeling than any part of my body. Like I can tap it the wrong way and it hurts for days.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, you know, and both my feet are numb. I got neuropathy in both my feet from whatever I done to them. So
cut them open, chopped off toes.
Yeah.
How much can your feet take?
Yeah. So I chipped 2 teeth. I chipped both my front teeth right here. I've had them. I had a dentist. I didn't have him do it. He was working on my other teeth. And he goes, I can fix that where you busted your teeth.
Yeah.
I flipped a motorcycle, and as I was going over the motorcycle, the handlebars turned on me, and my teeth caught the handlebar and broke my teeth.
Oh shit! Did that hurt?
For 6 or 8 months, until the nerves deadened into my teeth, it did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but the rest of it hurt. I mean, it hurt. My shoulder hurt or it was my left shoulder. My left shoulder still hurts from it.
Ugh.
And I still get stiff and can't turn my neck. So, yeah. I mean,
why don't you take it easy, man?
I do now. I have to.
Yeah. Take it easy.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
You know, that was before I got hit. I mean, I hadn't been hit either time when I flipped a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know, so this is one of those things. You know, just having fun. I was out on a dirt bike having fun. Got crazy, trying to do things I shouldn't have been trying to do.
Yeah.
And flipped it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just.
I think I was very lucky. I avoided a lot of stuff like that, and I was outside a lot. I climbed trees. I rode dirt bikes. I jumped ramps that I made myself. You know, I did. You know, I guess I just got lucky, or I wasn't brazen enough. Maybe whatever.
Yeah, well, and I rode horses a lot. And I got thrown off of horses, fell off of horses.
Thrown off of horses. Wow.
Yeah, fell out of the barn loft many times. Just all just
Being a kid. Yeah.
just being a kid.
Yeah.
Just being a kid, Vinny.
Yeah.
That's just one of those things.
Yeah.
I had a buddy at this never happened to me. It happened to my buddy, but he got ran over. He was he was behind a truck, and the truck was backing up, and when it backed up, it knocked him down, and it ran over him, and he was so proud because he could hold his arm a certain way and put his head a certain way, and you could see the tire track.
And he went over his head.
Yeah, and he would line it up and show you. He'd go, "Look, see." And he would get it just perfect and show you the tire track.
Oh my gosh!
But it was the back of the truck. It was a pickup truck, and it was the back. Yeah, and the back of it's not that heavy.
Not as heavy, unless there's something in it.
Unless there's something in it, yeah.
Well, this is fun, Lynn. Once again, another education for me. Learned something a little new about you too. Holy cow! Didn't know all that stuff. Didn't know you sustained all those injuries. Hey, if you guys like stand-up comedy, you like goofy videos, check me out online. My website is vinnie.com. It's www.vinnie.com. All the links to all my social media are there. If you're looking for someone, can't find them. If you're trying to surveil someone, you want to see what they're up to, or you're trying to serve someone papers, ladies and gentlemen, Lynn Lambdin is the best. If you need his service, go to his website. Tell him what it is, Lynn.
LWIAS.com. Once again, that is LWIAS.com.
Yes. And thank you, Simple Funding and the accident attorneys of Monge and Associates, for once again sponsoring this episode. If you need their services, go onto their website, give them a call, let them know you heard about them on this podcast. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the podcast. That would make us so happy. But either way, thank you so much for being here. We do appreciate it, each and every one of you. We'll see you next week.